Good morning, students. Welcome back to DLF class. The last class we have discussed about SR latch. Now we are going to discuss about the clocked SR circuit, that is clocked SR flip-flop. Okay, first we will see the definition. A circuit which is used to remain a memory stable by using the clock signals is called clocked SR circuit. In the last class we have seen SR latch without clock. That means it is based on the S and R input only, that you call it as SR latch or without clock. Now we are going to see the clocked SR circuit or clocked SR flip-flop. Okay, so a circuit which is used to remain a memory stable by using clock signals. There we have not used the clock signals. Is called clocked SR circuit. Okay, what is the use of clock signal? We will see. It is used to perform any process in a circuit is called clock signal. It is used to perform any process in a circuit is called clock signal. Basically, clock signals are electrical pulses which are in the form of 1 or 0. If that is it is clock signals. So clock signals are basically clock signals are electrical pulses, so which are in the form of 1 or 0. A process is performed only when it is in the form of 1. If it is 0, no change will be appear. If it is 1, then only the process will be performed in your circuit. Okay, I will show the circuit and we will see the explanation for that. So this is the clocked SR circuit or clocked SR flip-flop. See here, so it is the NAND gate. Okay, so see here, this is what we have already seen there. So that is this part, that is SR latch. So now with the SR latch we have connected the two NAND gates. One input is S and another input is R, and we have a clock pulse. So when this clock will be in the active state means, so for example, if you are giving the input clock signal as 0, that is the output of the Q will be 1 and the Q complement will be 0. It is in the memory state. So that is when the clock is in the 0. When the clock is 1 and you are giving both the input as 1, when the clock input is high, and if you are giving both the input as 1, S equal to 1 and R equal to 1, that is, see here, clock 1, clock input is 1, S equal to 1 and R equal to 1. You know, in the NAND gate, if any one input is 0, the output will be 1. If both the inputs are 1 and the clock is also 1, the output will be 0. So that is, so if it is 0 here, so the clock input is 1, S is also 1, the output will be 0. Here also the output will be 0. So here the input is given as 0 and here also the input is given as 0. If any one of the input is 0, the output will be 1. So the output of this 1 is given as the input to here. So 0, 1, the output will be 1. So that is the Q output is also 1 and Q complement output is also 1. So that is not allowed. Next, when the clock input is high, that is when the clock is 1 and the clock is 1, S input is 0 and R input is 1. So if any one of the input is 0, the output will be 1. Here both the inputs are 1, the output will be 0. So here 0, here 1. So if any input of the NAND gate is 0, the output will be 1. So here 1, 1, the output will be 0 and here the output will be 1. So that is what this reset mode. Now the clock input is high, that is 1, the S you are giving the input S equal to 1 and R equal to 0. Any one input is 0, the output will be 1 if both the input are 1, because the clock is 1 and S is 1. So both the input are 1 1, then the output will be 0. If any input is 0, the output will be 1. So the input is 0, the output will be 1. This output is given as an input to this NAND gate. If here R is 0, so 1 1, the Q complement will become 0 and this Q will become 1. This here you should have a clear understanding about the NAND gate, then only this circuit working will be easy for you. This is when the circuit is in the high state, that is in the clock signal is 1. If the clock signal is 0, it is in the memory state. So when the input is 1 0, it is also in the Q complement is in the memory state. So when both the input clock is high, when both the input is high, it is not allowed. So this is the working of clocked SR circuit. So see here, clocked SR circuit. When the inputs are given clock equal to 1, S equal to 0 and R equal to 0, the output becomes Q equal to 0 and Q complement is equal to 1. When Q dash becomes 1, this state is called reset state. When Q becomes 1, that state is called set state. When the outputs come again in the inputs, then this state is called are not allowed. See here, when the inputs come output as a output, that state is not allowed. See here, S equal to 1 and R equal to 1. The output also Q equal to 1 and Q complement is 1. So that is not allowed. So this you call it as a clocked SR circuit. See here, this is the logic diagram. So it consists of a SR latch. This part is what we have seen in the last class, that is SR latch. So here this is a clocked SR circuit. You are given a clock input, so that is why you call it as a clocked SR flip-flop or clocked SR circuit. So this table is also working based on the NAND gate, NAND truth table only. So now next flip-flop, D flip-flop. A circuit which is used to remove clocked SR circuits, that is not allowed state, more circuit stability, is called D flip-flop. Clocked, that is not allowed state, more circuit stability. So see here, we are going to remove this state, not allowed state, which is in the clocked SR flip-flop. That is what we are going to remove here. That is the main advantage of D flip-flop. The circuit using inverter is basically a SR circuit which reduces the number of inputs from 2 to 1. It is also called D latch. So that is what here in this above circuit we are having two inputs, that is S and R. But when you come to D flip-flop, we are going to have only one input, that is D, and another from this we are going to take one of the input and we are going to use as an inverter. So we will see that in the D flip-flop diagram, logic diagram. See here, so it is also basically a modified version of SR clocked flip-flop. So it has only one input. See here, this input is used as an inverter and we are giving it as to the another NAND gate as an input and one clock pulse. So see here, this is the logic diagram. So we are using inverter here. In the SR flip-flop we are not using the inverter, just S as an input and R as an input. In center we use a clock, but here we are using only one input, that is D as an input from the D we are taking the inverter. If you give input 0 here, the input to this first NAND gate will be 0, but to this NAND gate it will be 1 because we are inverting. So if you give input to the inverter 1, the output will be 0. If you are giving the input 0, the output will be 1 to this NAND gate. So see how it works. So first clock pulse is 0, it is in the memory state. So that is, or you can say it's a no change. So see here, when the clock input is 1, we are giving the clock input as 1 for the D at a time the clock is high. So clock pulse is 1, that is high, and D as a input 1. So if you give the input 1 here it will be 1, here it will be 0. So the output, if any one of the input is 0 and here the clock input is high 0 1, the output will be any input in the NAND gate. If any input is 0, the output will be 1, here it will be 0. So 0. So here 0, here it will be given as a input. So 0 1, Q complement will be 1. So that is the set state. Now we are going to give the input as 0 here, D input 0. It will be given as an input here 0. The output will be here 1 because inverted. 1 means 0. If you give 1, 0. So the output state will be reset state. So here that what we have removed here, that is what we have removed here, not allowed state, that is in the SR flip-flop, that is this state is removed in the D flip-flop or D latch. So that is the main advantage of this D flip-flop. So we will see that. And the circuit is modified. It is the basically modification of SR clocked circuit by using 5 gates. NAND gates 1 and 2 from a basic flip-flop, and 3 gates and 4 modify into a clocked RS flip-flop. Its working is given below by using the circuits. So uses of D flip-flop. The D flip-flop receives the destination from its ability to transfer data into the flip-flop. So this is what the explanation of through the circuit. This circuit is being constructed by using inverter with R memory state. When clock pulse equal to 0 and D equal to don't care condition, that is memory stays stable, restate state. When CPU, when the inputs are given, clock pulse is 1 and D equal to 0, at that time it is in the reset state. Set state, when the inputs are given CPU clock pulse equal to 1 and D equal to 1, then the output becomes Q equal to 1 and Q complement equal to 0. When Q becomes 1, this state is called set state. So this is what the explanation for D flip-flop. The main advantage of D flip-flop is we are eliminating that. What state we are eliminating? We are eliminating the not allowed state, which is in the clocked RS flip-flop. Now we will see the JK flip-flop in the next class. So this is the JK flip-flop. We will see in the next class. Thank you.